The king of Vintaria died 15 years ago. Honoring a pact with the dwarves on his western border, he fought the elves of Mithranor to hold Gulbadar Pass, the gateway to his kingdom. He and his heir, Princess Amalia, were both killed in battle. Hearing of his father's peril too late, Prince Kelai, king for just 3 days, met the elves in battle at the Terrace Plain, where he too was slain. Princess Catherine, now queen, was forced to sign a one-sided peace treaty with the elves to keep them from burning the kingdom's breadbasket. Queen Catherine had married a wealthy but common-blooded merchant, Harris, but the money that he brought to the royal family was spent and then some paying the disastrous war reparations demanded by the elves. Worse, Harris's common blood left the succession in dispute. Darius, the bastard prince, was Catherine's child by Duke Wilhelm. Born out of wedlock, by law he could not inherit, and instead the crown would pass to Catherine and Harris's son Galeus, the half-common prince, upon Catherine's death. For 15 years, Vintaria has been plagued by high taxes to pay the reparations to the elves, and a discontent nobility constantly chafing under the rule of Queen Catherine, branded a coward and even a traitor for signing on to the treaty. As her 2 children aged into young men, Galeus earned a reputation as a diplomat, spy master, and brilliant civic planner, restoring the damaged economy in the kingdom's heart, while Darius became renowned as a courageous and daring warrior and general, constantly agitating for troops to pacify one rebellious lord after another. It is an open secret that he seeks a large army and an ambitious war goal from his mother in order to establish a sphere of influence for the inevitable succession crisis between himself and his brother. Despite this, or perhaps favoring Darius in the coming war, Catherine has granted him command of the kingdom's most powerful order of knights, the Order of the Lion, and commanded him to restore order to the frontier east of the Green River, a territory that has not known peace since the disastrous end to the Elven War 15 years ago, and now threatened by raiders from the clans of Tiamat to the north. Though officially disavowed by the clans, many in Vintaria suspect these raiders are probes by the Dragonborn and could precipitate a full-scale invasion. Here, amid secessionist goblins, marauding bands of deserters, and raiding Dragonborn from the clans to the north, Darius shall carve out a sphere of influence, loyal only to his noble bloodline.
All right.
So, that is, in summary, the situation.
Well, Dern's something of a traveler, so he'd be wandering around and maybe had met the monk. So we could be traveling buddies.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'm always out looking for people who know the area. Yeah. Could help guide me to cool regions.
Yeah, perhaps I'm on a pilgrimage to some far-off library or what have you. It would explain why we're together, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe you briefly hired us to, because I'm looking at least for mercenary work or something at least to
Yeah.
feed my belly.
Yeah, that definitely sounds right to me, because I have no money, so presumably need to finance some stuff. I mean, I have some, but like, not really.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a shitload of editing on this, just because of all the times I need the video to cut out. While I futz around with just my,
Yeah, and as we try and get our rhythm going.
Learning experience for everyone.
All right, so someone's headphones not working. I'm getting feedback.
What about now?
No, it's good now. We're good. So I am going to throw together some tokens. Does everyone have, by the way, I have a picture for Dern that I am assembling into a token right now. What about anyone else?
I can have one very quickly.
Cool. Go ahead and just send that over to me in the Discord.
Gotcha.
Particular size, format, or
It doesn't matter. I have a token tool that'll standardize all that. So let's get rid of
There you go.
these default fellows.
If our background gives us like a proficiency in a tool, do we start with that tool or we have to like purchase it?
You do have to purchase it, although frankly it's usually not worth worrying about. Like if you have proficiency with smith tools, that's pretty much just background flavor.
I could not afford the tool anyway, but maybe one day.
All right, looks like Elisha is filled in.
Real quick, are we supposed to see all these dots on the map of like tokens running around?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Because I see like ants and stuff. I want to make sure that's not like trap monster
Yes.
cards.
No. That's all. This is a broad overview of the situation as it stands. Anything loyal to the Kingdom of Vintaria, even very loosely in some cases, they all have little purple borders, bluish purple. Anything openly hostile to the kingdom has red borders, and you can also see up here in the northeast, there's a fellow with a gray border. He is from the clans of Tiamat to the north.
Gotcha.
The clans don't necessarily get along with Vintaria, but they aren't at war either, so he's gray. Over here, you can see that Darius has just arrived in this city. This is Karis. That is... okay. Ah, yes, that makes sense then. I'm starting to get feedback again. Where's Beak? Okay. So there is Beak's token, Dern's token. Let's get them down to proper size.
So we're coming from down south somewhere. Sure.
So, if you're native to this kingdom, you're going to be probably from over here somewhere, which is the stable heartland. This over here is the direction of the dwarves. The elves are across those mountains. Up north are the clans of Tiamat, and I have no idea what lies to the east or the south. So,
Solid.
although I do know that this river lets out into the ocean not too far from the south. Although over in the southwest, the land could go on for quite a ways longer.
Okay.
Everyone can see everything on the GM layer. Oh well.
What race are you?
I'm a Kenku, which is a crow person. I'll assume that was me.
Yeah, it's just looking. Can you fly or?
No, and that's actually a great disappointment to me and most of my race. We used to be able to, but somebody cursed us, so now I'm just trying to get up on like rooftops and stuff and leer around.
Wizards. No sense of right and wrong.
Oh, and I'm human.
There we are.
Were your people cursed a long time ago, or is this a recent?
I don't know. It probably depends on the setting. I think in the lore it's supposed to be forever ago, but I like to think it was recently.
I mean,
my older siblings can fly.
I didn't really put anything into the
Yeah.
the
Maybe
core
it's like
races all have, you know, stuff going on, but
Yeah.
the expansion races are pretty much completely undefined, so pretty much you can do whatever you want.
So
There's
can
also
we
the-
drop the thing where I can't talk, but speak common and have to use sound effects?
Wait, you can't talk?
They have a like flavor thing where they can't speak but use sound effects, and so it suggests I say things like, I mimic the noise of a whatever to indicate somebody's coming, like a
sounds
dog
stupid.
barking. Yeah, like that sounds awful, but
That sounds
Well-
extremely inconvenient, almost unplayable.
yeah,
It's somehow
there's no
worse.
mechanics to it. It's just sort of in the same place it talks about why we can't fly anymore.
Just there's no mechanics to it, just an extremely onerous role-playing.
Yeah,
Challenge.
kind of like how if I were a Kender, I'd have to just be terrible.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe like my grandparents' generation, them pissed off a wizard and he took away our flight somehow.
The great wing clipping.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm out for the to experience what I'll never have.
All right, what was everyone else's deal?
I
That's
admit
me.
I haven't had a long time to think of my motivations, but
I mean, I am entirely okay with people just being a blank slate and then
all I
figuring
know
it
is
out
that
later.
when Great Uhu rises, I want to be eaten first. So
Wow.
you avoid all the suffering and madness.
You're gonna have fun. All right.
I imagine that Dern was
That's weird.
probably raised by his dad that was a traveling mercenary and was used to life on the road. And maybe recently his father died and has just kind of picked up his suit of armor and kept on going.
I mean, that's appropriate because the Eastern Frontier is awash in mercenaries right now. Things have been going to hell for 15 years, and at this point, law and order barely even exist.
All right, so yeah, I probably just grew up in the thick of that, just used to being with one band or another.
Yeah. I mean, assuming you're like 22, 23 years old, then you would have only been 7 or 8 when things first started going south. So yeah, that could be like your entire life.
I'm quite young. I'm 17. I'm a pretty bright-eyed.
Then yeah, that is like your entire life. You literally cannot even remember a time when the Eastern Frontier had sufficient guards.
Yeah, situation normal.
Okay, so that's Dern and Elisha and Beak. Okay, how did you decide you knew each other? I know something was settled on, but I was making tokens and I missed what it was. Oh, by the way, in order for the tokens to work, you all need to plug in some current HP and maximum HP. Dern and Elisha have one, but not the other.
What's the green circle there and the blue circle?
Go ahead. The blue circle is AC. That makes it easy for me to calculate
Are we good
that.
now?
Gotcha.
And the green circle is for, I don't even know. Whatever.
Okay. I'll leave it blank.
Yeah.
Is the HP okay now?
Yep, all the HP is good. I can see it fine. But yeah, so how did you guys know each other? What was that about?
I think we decided Dern and I hooked up with Elisha because he was
You
something, right?
cut out there. Beak and Dern hooked up with Elisha for what reason?
Just heading to the same direction, really. Probably the easiest way.
All right.
So, all right. Our answer's travelers along the same. Said, I don't want to be robbed. Can we camp together?
I have the Outlander background, so I can kind of like forage for food and water, and I know the area fairly well. Are the roads like the safest option, or is that really not a great choice?
Sorry, say that again.
Are the roads like the safest option still, or is that not a good choice to make?
The roads?
Oh, are there not like dirt roads or anything? It's just...
Yeah, the roads still exist there. And you can travel along them.
Yeah, I'm just asking, since Dern's perfectly capable of just kind of doing cross-country, even with travelers, you can kind of forage for food and water for them. So I'm just wondering if I know that like the roads are still the safest option.
Generally speaking, yes.
Yeah. Then I definitely tried to like pal along with one of these guys, just again from the I don't want to be robbed on the road traveling by myself mindset. So probably Dern, because he looks pretty. He looks like he knows what he's doing. And I'm probably trying to just play it cool. Like, yeah, I'm definitely contributing too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just, with Beak, I guess we're just looking for someone that's going to pay us some real gold for whatever kind of work.
All right. I've got it. So, the three of you have happened along to this city here of Karis, where the Order of the Lion has just arrived, promising to bring peace and stability back to the eastern frontier. Something which has brought about mixed reactions amongst the locals. They're not the first Order of Knights coming along promising to bring peace and stability back to the frontier, and honestly, most of those guys made things worse. But the Order of the Lion are definitely the largest Order of Knights who've ever rolled into town. In any case, a lot of the local mercenaries have congregated here, both to scope out whether or not the Order of the Lion is going to put them out of a job, and to figure out if they need anyone to help out, if they're hiring any mercenaries. Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. The Order of the Lion very much appears to be going it by themselves. All 800 of them. However, while in Karis, you do happen to come across a notice from one Goldblum. Goldblum identifies himself as a merchant of the town of Ramshorn down here. Ramshorn, despite being on the west bank of the Green River, is generally considered part of the eastern frontier because these hills here cut it off from the rest of the kingdom. And as you can see, it's in a bit of a spot of trouble right now. So, this Goldblum has set out a notice in Karis asking for mercenaries, adventurers, and rough fellows of all sorts to come and sort out various threats to the roads in the Ramshorn region, as the increasing hostility of the area has begun to strangle his business. Caravans can't get through, which means he can't buy his goods, which means he has nothing to sell. Problem is growing worse and worse every week.
What? I think that sounds like a good job for us. Wandering
Yeah,
around
look
anywhere.
to
Like, let's go get paid to do something we were already kind of doing. I'm curious why he doesn't want to hire the lion guys, though. The Order of the Lion.
Order of the Lion are not mercenaries. They are government agents. They answer to the Queen.
Yeah, but he didn't call the Queen. That's... Alright, yeah, no, let's go. Let's go help out down there.
All right.
Sounds like good, honest work right in our line.
So are like some of these things kind of known, like these threats that are plaguing this area?
You've got to get a better mic. I can barely understand anything you're saying. Like I did not catch that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but there's just a lot. I'm not enough of an audiophile to describe it, but it's fuzzy, I guess. But yeah, ask again, and or don't.
I was just going to try a different device, but I'm just asking if these threats are well known, like what's plaguing the town.
Let's actually have everyone roll history for that, for what the hell is going on here.
So let's figure out how to roll a skill.
If you do not have history trained, that will just be a regular intelligence check. Am I recording?
Looks like I got a
I
20.
am recording sound, okay. By the way, every roll rolls twice. That is for if you have advantage or disadvantage, that covers that automatically. The one on the left is the one that we're looking at.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was like with my mods.
Nah, it's.
I think we all want to use the one on the right.
If you hover over them, you can see the full equation. If you hover over either of the results, it'll.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Elisha then. So yeah, Dern and Beak don't know a damn thing, but Elisha has heard a couple of things. So, before the Order of the Lion, there was the Order of the Bear. The Order of the Bear was a significantly smaller order of knights assigned to keep the peace in the eastern frontier as things began to fall apart. They were constantly stretched thin and had difficulty maintaining their supply lines. As the situation devolved, the elven communities of the Great Forest wound up being scapegoated for a lot of what had gone wrong because the Elven Kingdom, way off to the west, is ultimately responsible for the economic state. As the elven pogroms got worse and worse, several different elves banded together and formed a militia to resist them. So the Order of the Bear began chasing them around the forest until ultimately the elves found something called the Great Hive, which was a massive dormant vermin hive towards the south of the Great Forest. Dark elves within the resistance were able to seize control of several giant spiders within the Great Hive and make off with them. They fled west to Ramshorn. However, their control proved short-lived, and they were ultimately devoured by the spiders, leaving behind a giant spider nest growing rapidly out of control. The Order of the Bear, ignoring the elves for now because the Great Hive was waking up and getting ready to eat everything, Order of the Bear turned to confront them, successfully depopulated most of the hive, but took enormous casualties in the process. Not only that, but the casualties they took were, of course, the bravest among them, the ones most willing to fight on the front lines. So, thrown back by the attack, what was left of the Order of the Bear pursued the elves across to Ramshorn until the elves were devoured. And since then, the Order of the Bear have been preying on shipment into and out of the region. Not only that, but the closest thing to friends that the Ramshorn has right now are these fellas, the Flatlock Clan, a bunch of vampires who live in the catacombs. They have a vested interest in making sure the town survives, because so long as the town is alive, they continue to bury people in the catacombs, and then the Flatlock Clan reanimates them. But, you know, so far as defenders go, a cult of vampires who would prefer that the entire town not be totally eradicated is less than ideal. So yeah, that's a rough overview of the situation.
So we're working for vampires?
No. You're working for a merchant from the town. The town is loosely defended by vampires, just because so long as people continue to live there, they will continue to die there, they will continue to bury their dead nearby, and the vampires will use the dead as raw materials. They don't directly rule over the town. They're just in the area, and if anything threatened to totally exterminate the town, they would take issue with that.
To me, it sounded like they were almost our best course of like if we wanted some allies in the area, because otherwise it's the remnants of the bear and giant spiders.
Pretty much. That's that and a bunch of untrained and largely unarmed villagers.
Well, I'm not too educated, but making friends with vampires doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, I'm not
fine.
advocating with them at all.
Okay, so Dern here is going to be. I will make a copy of his. Bam, the party. There you are. So,
do these have like a scale, like how the distance for each of these?
I haven't yet figured out exactly what the scale is. That's why everything is measured in units. But I do know that it is possible to get from Karis all the way down to through the Great Forest here within a single day. So
each square might be like a mile.
Yeah, a mile or two.
Okay, well, since it's a short hop and skip to the town of, was it Ramshorn?
Ramshorn, yeah. Okay, so nothing else you want to do before headed to Ramshorn? We're getting things rolling.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just got here. We're relatively supplied. I'm relatively supplied up. I say we go.
And I don't hear anyone complaining, so that's good enough for me. As you approach, you find the bridge blocked by a handful of men-at-arms. Elisha, having made his history check already, recognizes these as the Order of the Bear. As you draw near, one of them steps out from amongst the others, raises a hand and says, "Halt and state your business."
I'll look at my companions, and then I'll step forward. We've been asked to assist the town of Ramshorn by a merchant known as Goldbloom.
Says, "Very well, very well. We, the Order of the Bear, have taken this region as our headquarters for the sake of pacification and such. Passage is permitted, but only with a toll, in order to fund our continued defense of the region."
Well, we're defending the region as well.
Well, we didn't send for you.
Now, is this toll for the use of the bridge? Or for travel through the region? Or what is this for?
Toll on all who would cross throughout the Ramshorn region. We levy it at the bridge because that's the place where no one can get around, see?
How hard is it to ford the river? Do I know if it's extremely difficult?
That would be a nature check. Go for it. Or survival. That would work too.
Well, he's figuring out the river. I'm going to ask how much the toll is.
1 gold piece per head.
Oh, steep.
Well, it's expensive work defending a town. Especially ever since them spiders moved in.
Your men have suffered a great loss.
Can't put a price on safety, can you? Okay, so with that survival check, there are places where the river can be forded. There's not very many particularly good crossings, but for a group of 3 people, there's definitely some other places that you could wade across. The current isn't too swift.
I'll whisper that to my companions, and then also mention that I have the goal to pay the toll if we want to.
Well, hold on. Are these guys authorized to collect tolls, or are these guys just bandits? I'm gonna like try and hush say to one another, to the team. Like, I seem to remember you said these guys were just sort of wandering around the region as potentially the threat, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they're just bandits, do we really need to be paying? Like, we're gonna have to come back out here and chase these guys out, right?
Well, did they kill those spiders? I mean, I'd rather kill spiders than humans. I don't know.
That's a good point.
I think I might be able to threaten them to let us by. Worst case, we can probably ford the river somewhere else.
Do they have like a bandit leader who's been talking to us as we talked amongst ourselves?
This guy in front is the one who's been talking to you. So far as whether or not he's the leader, I mean, he seems like the leader of this group at least, because he's the one who's talking for him.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Sir, is this fee charged even if we were to go back the way we came?
Oh no. Just if you ain't gonna cross, that's not our problem.
Fair enough.
Fee is only for traveling on the west side of the river. You can do whatever you want on the east.
How do we prove that we've paid the toll? Is there some sort of token?
Oh, yeah. Barry, over on the west bank there. Give you a token. It's good for one day.
Do I get a sense that these guys will just like stab us as soon as we start crossing the bridge, or are they not those kind of people?
Insight check. No. All right. So, from your read of them, these guys are greedy but not especially bloodthirsty, and if anything, they're kind of lazy. You doubt they could be bothered to ambush you once they have what they want.
I think I'm going to go with the threat. Unless anyone objects.
I also feel like if we don't think they're going to chase us, I think we can probably go down like half a mile and cross the river ourselves. Right? Maybe we can find some rocks to cross along like there is up. Can I point at the map?
You should.
I do have Ray of Frost, so we could probably,
up here,
shore it up a bit too.
Right, something like that might exist. I don't know if you saw where I drew.
Yeah, I can see it.
Elsewhere, and we could maybe ford pretty quickly.
Well, Dern definitely knows of a place or two. My only concern is if they spot us later on, they might just openly attack us.
Yeah. I don't believe that there's a token. I think we're going to have to pay this every time we come by. Real quick, just because I'm not familiar with 5th edition that much, I'm not insane that like a gold piece is a pretty hefty fee for crossing a bridge.
Yeah, no, that is really steep.
Okay.
I don't have they're in the player's handbook, which I don't have it open to the right page like right now, but it lists various like lifestyles, like how long it takes to live for a day at various things, and
that's like what a farmer gets in a couple days,
yeah.
right?
I believe that aristocrat is 1 gold plus. So
So hey guys, we were just hired by Goldblum here to clear out the roads so people stop getting robbed. That's what this feels like to me. Or we weren't hired yet, but this will be a good way to show him that he should hire. If we clear out a road where merchants can't get in because they're spending half their income to these guys.
That's pretty persuasive. I'd still rather just get to the town and get the lay of the land first before we start just murdering our way to...
I'm not saying murder. I don't feel right paying them.
Not murder per se. Just
if they
the extinguishing of life that is inconvenient to us.
No, I'm just, if we can intimidate our way past, maybe, Darren, if you can.
I think I might have
pretty
something
tough.
that could work.
I have persuasion as well. I could attempt that.
I'm not. People don't listen to me, so do what you do. If you can get us past, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. So I'll step forward again and address the leader once more.
I'll be the backup.
You should, by the way, be able to move these tokens of yours around. If you can't, that's a problem. But not with that tool. That's the drawing tool.
Yep.
Sir, and I'll kind of motion if he wants to give me his name or not.
His name is Ivan. We'll go with that.
Sir Ivan, I've been living here for, I would say, my entire life, and I was often, sort of the underling to my father, who you may have known, Mr. or Sir Folson, who was a minor mercenary of some renown, and we're here to fill our bellies the same as you, and we want to do it by killing these spiders and destroying the havoc that's affecting us humans, and we mean no harm or enmity to you, and we want to restore trade once more and make sure this is a bountiful land that the kingdom can live under in peace and prosperity. And I'll kind of just go along this way if you want to. I'm just trying to attempt a persuasion to let us through.
Yeah, roll it. Go for it. See what you got. Well, rubs his chin, considers for a moment, thinks, would be nice having someone else taking care of these spiders for us. They're getting out of control. One of the other bear infantry, this fellow here standing back, he's like, well, Brander's not going to like it, though. Brander doesn't need to know they came this way. Head on through. Kill some of those 8-legged buggers for us.
Well, thank you, Ivan. And for us, I'm Dern. First, you not to think us unfair. I'll hand him a gold piece.
Your generosity is going to get you far in these parts, friend.
And so will your reasonableness too, brother. And I'll clasp him on the shoulder.
All right, so just heading across the bridge then?
Sounds like it. I'll follow Dern's lead. and look at them, kind of give like uneasy. But if they're cool with letting us by, I'm cool.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'll walk Rye. I'll keep my eyes about me, but I kind of assume they won't just start attacking us.
So, you are able to make your way across the bridge. And as the evening's light fades towards the town of Ramshorn, which takes a little bit to load. So give me a bit. There we are. Wait, maybe not. Come on. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. This should hopefully clear up in a bit.
I changed out my headphones. Am I coming in a little clearer now, or?
I can hear you fine. Running OBS and this Ramshorn page simultaneously seems like a bit more strain than just Ramshorn by itself. All right. As you approach the town, you can see the glow of distant flames. Not lantern light or torches, but bonfires, or, being more realistic, the fires of a raid.
Oh.
Indeed, as you draw nearer, you can see that the town is clearly under attack. There are shouts and shrieks of distress, the distant clanging of weapons, fires raging out of control intermittently throughout.
Well, I'll draw my weapons and run in.
Yeah. I'll switch the spear from walking stick and spear and guide, lighting fires. Let's go. Put an end to that.
These four here see your approach, shout out, "Leave or be slain!" Provided you are not going to leave, that's initiative.
Now we're late.
Yo, snap, I didn't realize there was a war on here. Never mind. Bye.
Yeah, I didn't mean to come this close. There it is. Yeah.
0?
Is there a better way to roll things than pull up my character stuff?
You can do /roll as a command.
Okay.
But then you do have to put in the modifiers yourself then.
So I have to remember what all those are?
Yeah, so
Like,
whether or not that's better is, arguable.
yeah, let me like screenshot my character. I'm just tired of not seeing the map.
If you double click the character sheet, it should kind of like it's small, so you can kind of expand and get it smaller.
All right.
Oh, that's way better. Thank you.
It is Elisha's turn first.
Oh, goody. All right. I believe I'm going to use Eldritch Blast on the Archer.
So that is a hit for 9 damage.
Which reminds me that I apparently don't have my invocations on here.
All right. Well, these guys got the message. So, leave everybody slain. Kaboom! They are going to engage. There's a miss.
Can I use my reaction on the miss, or?
If you have something that triggers on misses, sure.
Yeah, I have Repose.
You know what? That guy's feeling like he's okay where he is now. But yeah, go ahead. You can repost. So yes, the bear infantry swings his mace towards you. But your sword deftly dances around his and opens up a wound on his forearm.
I'm not sure if I don't think it's rolling damage. I'm not sure if I got the macro wrong.
Yeah, what is your strength? Because you should presumably have...
Maybe I'm not pressing the right button. I filled it out, so it's a D8 plus 5 plus 3 for the extra die.
D8 plus 5 plus 3? What?
Yeah, so it gets 11 damage. So I'm just not sure if it's rolling the damage.
I'll go ahead and take the 11. But that makes it Beak's turn.
So the guy, the axe, he went down. Well, all right then. I'm gonna hop forward and go with a little spear, and then throw a karate kick. Oh shit! All right.
So that's 2 hits then.
No, I don't know how to roll damage.
You see the name of the attack underneath your roll?
Yeah.
The spear in the martial arts. Click on that.
Gotcha. So 6 and then 5.
Well,
And I'll let out some sort of battle yell, because we've dropped 2.5 of them out of 4.
Yep, you stab a fucker. Okay, Dern.
I'll step up and attack the other band.
I'm still getting periodic feedback on the music, by the way. I don't know what that's... $15 does hit. That's +3, +2. That is more damage than I would expect.
I have a 16 strength, that's +3, and then I took the dueling, so that's a +2 for one-handed. I have a sword and shield out. So.
I see. Just checking, because I know some people are... I don't think hardly anyone here has done a whole lot of 5th edition before, so I'm a little bit paranoid about getting the rules right.
No, yeah, this is my first 5th edition game, so...
Yeah, so that is...
Ask away. I'm going to ask too. I don't... You know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Elisha is up.
I move up, then I used another Eldritch Blast on the archer, I guess.
You are going to have to go through a buddy to do that, which will give you disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll live with it.
Yeah, no, you're cool. 17 is more than enough.
Well, stacking bodies is a duty of a cultist.
So, you gonna roll a damage, or,
Oh, I thought it did it automatically last.
Nope. You've got to click the little thing on the bottom there, and then that'll roll a damage for you. I can't close any of those. Oh well. That's just rolling it again.
Yeah, because I hit the force section of the damage, and it just re-rolled the whole, just the attack roll.
Oh,
Like-
if you click it on the right, not the,
yeah, in the
not
chat.
character sheet.
In the chat where it says Eldritch Blast with +5 in parentheses, like underneath your attack roll, if you click that, then it will vomit.
Oh, I see.
Ah,
Okay.
there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the vomit's me. I'm trying to figure out how to do... Sorry. Probably not
No,
the
that's cool.
opportunity.
But yeah, so yet another blast of phantasmal eldritch nastiness slams into that guy's shoulder, and he has decided that he has had quite enough of this cultist nonsense. Thank you very much. Now, you know what?
On a related question, did you get my PM on?
I did not.
Kresk
Also-
and I aren't able to see our class features, one of which would have been giving me damage on my Eldritch Blast.
How much?
I believe it would be my Charisma bonus.
Which is...
Going through too many windows.
which,
That would be...
by the way, sending whispers to me is completely useless. The only way I can record this is by recording my entire monitor.
Oh,
means,
okay. It would have been +3 on both.
which means he is actually dead by now. So yeah, you pretty much just wasted all of them before they got a chance to do much more than barely get started. So,
I'll shout out, all who would prey upon the weak, come face me.
well, no one immediately comes rushing to answer your challenge, but you do hear some sounds of what sounds like weak people being preyed upon from that direction, and also from that direction.
Can I hop up on a roof?
Yeah, sure. No, just pick a roof and get hopping.
I'll go up like there, kind of like on the steeple. What is that, like athletics or acrobatics?
Either one.
Well, that one is way better.
And I mean, if you fail, though, all that's going to happen is that you will fall on your butt and try again. So.
Oh, and I will.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at that point, there's not much point in even rolling, though, because, like, you're going to keep doing it until you get it right. So, whatever.
Yep.
We're right. So, from up here.
Still an initiative, or?
No, there's no immediate threat, so.
Well, if I hear battles, I'm going to run towards that direction.
You can hear sounds coming from this direction and this direction of a generally distressed and militant sort.
I'll run further south. Should I move my token? Or?
Well, I'm... No, hang on. You can't see more from there. So, let me go ahead and reveal that for you. Yes.
Yeah, because if I see that... Oh, he sees it.
So yes, down south the lane, you can see a pair of bear infantry. There, you can see a pair of bear infantry loitering about in the center of a more densely populated area. Off to the west, there's a halfling farmer who's been gripped by the scruff of his neck by one of the bear infantry. Occasionally, bear infantry just pounds him across the head every now and again. Says, I know you got something hidden away. I know you're holding out on us. Show us where it is. Alan says, but I ain't got nothing. Just leave me alone.
Unhand him. I'm gonna run up that way.
I mean, it's your token.
Yeah, I'll hop down and head that way as well.
All right. They are quite quick this time. Which means that as Dern approaches, they shoot his face.
Uh-oh, that looks like a hit. Sorry, that was the initiative.
Okay, so that's a 16 because I put it in the thing wrong, which misses, but then also a crit. What's the bonus? They got +2. So that's 10 damage.
Ouch.
So yes. An arrow slides into a chink in Dern's armor, penetrating deep into one of his limbs. It is now Elisha's turn. So, Elisha, you doing something?
Oh,
CJ?
so I can shoot the archer without hitting Dern, right? Or would I be better off hitting the infantry at the top?
I mean, you're gonna have to go through Beak either way, but but yeah, if you ignore Beak, you have a clear line of sight on both of them. But you are standing directly behind him, so.
Alright, in that case.
What if instead you ran towards the middle and shot down, chain all the enemies out?
I'm gonna delay till after Beak, if that's possible.
Yeah. I don't know if that's an official rule, but I'm totally happy to add that in as a ruling. That's reasonable. So Beak is up then.
So I'm going to use my monk speed to run all the way up here, which is 40 feet. And I'm going to put my spear through this guy's face with attack action.
Spear away. That's a hit.
For 5. And then it says whenever I make an attack,
You cut out there. Whenever you make an attack, what now happens?
it says whenever I make an attack, I get to make a martial arts attack. Is that?
Yeah, no, that.
Okay.
That is
So that
happening.
first one, I guess. Okay. So the 7 then.
Yeah, well, that's a miss.
Yeah. Well. All right. Or at least he knows what.
Yeah. You do manage to
Oh.
gouge him in the arm, but he ducks under your karate chop. Elisha, I believe you're waiting for Beak to go.
Alright, in that case, I'll do Eldritch Blast with Cloud Archer.
The easternmost archer, I presume. 18 will hit.
And I fixed the damage.
Alright, that makes it Dern's turn. As
Try and
Elisha
finish off that.
melts off half that guy's face.
The best of you are eaten by spiders.
So, I believe that is a hit, but I'm going to have to check. That is a hit. And Dern runs him through.
I'll move over to the other guy and surrender or face death.
There we are. Go ahead and roll an intimidate check for that. Just as a bonus action, I guess.
If I can, I'll snap off like the arrowhead that struck me.
All right. Well, this guy's out. He withdraws, and you know what? This guy's gonna do too. We'll take the withdraw action away from the village. Halfling, picking himself up from the ground where the bear infantry dropped him when you guys showed up. Says, thank you for your help, strangers. I had the whole thing under control, of course, but still, it was neighborly of you.
Why are they attacking?
Oh, we didn't have anything else. We didn't have anything left to give them. They're convinced we've got some wealth smuggled away, but there's nothing left.
Get indoors. I think there's more of them.
Aye, good idea. I'll secure me hut.
I'll look to Beak, and unless he does something, I'll head further south.
I didn't hear that.
I look to Beak, and I just look for your reaction. If there's nothing, I begin to go south.
No, if he's inside, I'm good. I'll give you a nod, so we just saved this guy.
So is this the position you guys want to be in when initiative gets rolled again?
I'd like to catch up to Beak if possible.
Yeah, maybe I went like here. But I feel like Dern's charging off headlong, and I'm coming along, but not like full out running through the town.
I'm definitely
all right.
I want to try and take my second win before I really get going, I guess.
Okay, I have got to fix this. There. Okay, there. Health bar is functioning now. And that is pretty much entirely healed. Hooray. So, this building over here, the door is hanging off of its hinges, and you can hear some kind of moaning coming from inside. Several people, in fact.
I will head in.
I'm more concerned with these two. Are they still
Which two?
the guys we just intimidated out of here?
Yeah, no, they are running all the way away. They just saw one of their mates bite it, and you halfway killed another, and that was in 6 seconds, and they're not eager to figure out what happens next.
I guess we better catch up to Aaron.
Yeah. Once I make sure they're gone, I'll kind of catch up.
All right, so in the back room of this brewery, there is Halfling Jerry Gamage serving up several pints of ale to the pair of bear infantry, who are moaning out the garbled remnants of what you assume is some kind of drinking song, but dear God, it mostly just sounds like gravel.
I'll say in Halfling, you should only drink among friends, and then I'll charge forward and attack those two.
Well, the good news is that... hang on. Not so good news then. Despite being drunk off their asses, these guys are apparently fucking Spider-Man and detect your entry. Fortunately, being stone drunk, they cannot hit for shit, and they just whiff the air right in front of you. Which means it is now Elisha's turn.
Am I able to see these guys at all, or is there just a whole wall blocking me?
There is indeed a wall. You can see there.
It sounds like a bar fight.
I could explode the wall, but it'd be friendly fire and blinds.
Yeah, we're here to save the town.
I had to save the town by destroying it. I think that move was legal. I'm not sure. Had to go through B.
Yeah, you can pass through friendly squares, you just can't land on them.
I guess I use minor illusion to make the sound of a bunch of running feet outside.
Okay.
I can hear there's trouble, so maybe try to get them off balance.
Beak.
So I have this power. It's a racial ability that doesn't say what kind. It's called mimicry. You can mimic the sounds you heard, including. They can tell it's an imitation with wisdom insight by my charisma perception. What sort of a action is that? Or I guess, is that my action if I were to try that?
I mean, it sounds like it's just something you can do with your vocal cords, so it would be a free action, just like talking.
Okay. Because I kind of want to, like, play off Elijah's thing. And do the audio of, like, 15 dudes talking about how they're going to charge in there and kill everybody.
I mean, with mimicry, does it have to be something you've heard before? And if so...
It does, yeah. So I have to, like, reuse audio clips.
Do you have an audio clip of people talking about how they're going to go in and kill everybody in an ambiguous way?
I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. It's like an angry mob, so maybe... I feel like I've seen one of them before, but not on hand. All right, whatever.
You know what? Let's go ahead and... You are unlucky.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. Instead, I'm going to move up here. And if I don't see anyone except these guys, I guess I'm going to just give the spear a throw over top of Dern here at one.
All right, sounds good. Go for it.
How'd I do? That's not bad.
That was a hit. Damage?
There it is.
Ugh. Yep, you catch that guy right in the thigh, and he's bleeding bad.
What
Turn
sort of
you're
action
up.
would it be for me to switch to my javelins?
That would be either a free or a bonus action. Either way, you're good.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Yes, Stern, you gonna finish the fellow off?
So these
Seems
guys
like
are
the
both
obvious
just
thing to do.
very, very drunk, right?
Yes, they have at least a few pints in them.
And what kind of weapons are they holding?
They have maces.
Well, I'm gonna try and can I just try and push this guy down that's been stabbed with the spear?
Yes.
Oh, what kind of check is that?
Believe you. I'm going to say it's an athletics check opposed by his strength save. Going for it?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Sounds good. I mean, there's no version of this where he wins, but okay. So he puts up a moderately good fight before going down. And he is prone. That is going to be our prone icon.
That looks good. I'll bark at him to stay down to live. And can I like step over him?
You can, but shoving him down was your standard action, so you won't be able to actually attack that guy this turn. But you can step on top of him. Step over him.
The other guy, I'm gonna. Is it like a minus to like? If I use my action surge, can I get a bonus attack? I think.
Yeah, that just gives you a second action outright. So yeah, you can action surge to smack that guy.
Yeah. Can I like step here on the map? I can't. Is that? Or should I just be on top of him?
Yeah, you can just walk on top of him. That's fine. He's on the ground.
Okay. Is it a minus to like smack him with like the blunt? Because I don't really want to kill him, but I will if I have to. Is it a minus to like strike him with the blunt of my sword?
It is rolled at disadvantage. Yeah.
No, I'll just strike him then normally.
I'm a pacifist until it is mildly convenient to be a murderer.
That sounds way harder. I'll just kill him.
And that is going to be a miss. Well, this guy isn't feeling too good about his odds, but he has nowhere to run, so he's going to take a swing and a miss, and it is Elisha's turn. Oh, wait, hang on. I almost forgot. There is more nonsense going on down south. Ouch.
Someone got shot.
Yep. You can hear sounds of a battle going on over in this-ish direction. And that guy just shot someone real good. But you can't make out details. Elisha, you're up.
Not really sure what to go for out here. So I guess I move down.
And there's still a
Yeah, I
building
guess
in
I
your
can't
way,
see.
so
Yeah.
you can see a little bit further down that lane, but
I guess I use another illusion On the I guess I need line of effect to hit in that alleyway there, eh?
Yep.
Well, I'll do it at the intersection. So, give the impression that there's a whole bunch of people coming this way.
All right. Roll either Deception or Arcana, whichever is higher.
Alright.
Ah.
It doesn't leave me exposed at least, so it's a...
Seen through your clever ruse. Beak, your turn.
What sort of action is it for me to pick up my spear that turn?
That would also be a bonus or free action.
Cool. Can I do like grab my spear, go down here?
Yeah, you can grab it and move.
All right.
And chuck it
All
again
right,
if you
Darren.
want.
And what?
And, well, yeah, you can grab it and chuck it again if you want. If you can
All right,
get
if
a
I
line
can
of sight
find
or
somebody.
something. Yeah.
All right, Darren. It looks like you've got it up here. And 15. I can get about here.
All
So-
right.
What I got?
And yes. You can see an orcish blacksmith has grabbed his ball peen hammer and is taking swings at this bear infantry fella. While that archer takes pot shots at him, blacksmith's got an arrow sticking out of his shoulder.
Can I use my action to make some shout like, "Hey, look at us! Don't shoot, guy."
Yeah, you can
Maybe.
go for an intimidate check.
There we go. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we got a 9 on that. But I mostly just want to make sure. Yeah. 2-on-1 doesn't sound fair, guys. Something to that effect.
Well, you're in luck. 9 may suck, but they suck worse. Dern, you're up.
It's a real awkward and just all around.
I'll strike this man again.
Beak's just like, hey, yeah, fight us. And then the bear archer's like, oh, well, okay. That is a miss.
What kind of armor are they wearing?
Either leather or studded leather. I forget which. Let me dig it up real quick. It is leather. They are wearing leather armor.
Okay, I'm gonna try my precision attack, so I get to add a d8 to the roll.
Okay. That is
Is it
exactly
12?
enough to hit. Their AC is 12
Oh.
exactly. On the infantry, anyway. The archers are slightly more nimble.
And I'll tell him to throw down his weapon if he wants to live with his buddy. Who I'm standing on top of.
Well, he just got half his arm hacked off. So that seems reasonable to him. So yeah, he drops his weapon. He's like, all right, fair enough. Well fought. Honor. And the archer is going to move off to the side there and take a shot at Beak. It would seem rude not to. Oh wow, yeah, no, that is not even remotely a hit. The infantry takes a swing at the blacksmith and misses. The blacksmith takes a swing back, and that is a hit. Yes, the blacksmith splatters the bandit's brains out with one fell blow of his ball peen hammer. And it is Elisha's turn.
I head down and I point at the archer and say, "Hey, want to see a dead body?"
So is that intimidate, or do you have a spell you're shooting at him? Ah, there it is.
A little bit of both.
That certainly hits damage.
Ah. That was unfortunate.
And Beak, you're up. The spear hits, but the martial arts misses. Alright, it is Dern's turn.
Can I see like is there another exit to this place, or it looks like there's only the door behind me?
Ah, there's just the one way out. Let me go ahead and reveal there.
I'll just kind of kick away their weapons and tell the halfling and halfling to look after them and shout if you need me.
Oh, okay, sure. I can handle this. I'm good.
And I'll look them in the eyes and say, I will not hesitate to slaughter you, and then I'll walk off.
All right.
All right, that's it for me.
Well, this fellow's boxed in, so he is going to drop his bow, pull out his short sword, and hope for the best. And hey, he managed to stab the shit out of Beak, so there's that. Jabs Beak in the gut, a shallow cut, but in a very sensitive place. Blacksmith pops up and claims another bandit. He is doing much better than he did in the test run, let me tell you.
Well, it is a bit silly to attack a guy who swings heavy metal all day.
So yes, with an incoherent scream of rage, he pounces upon the bear archer, smacks him across the jaw, and that's enough to snap the guy's neck right around. Stay out of my town! So then, with no more immediate threats left, we are out of combat time for now. However, you can still hear ongoing battle in this direction and down that way. Oh, and
It looks like there's a couple guys to the east. Or...
there are a couple of guys to the east.
I'll look to Beak, and can you press on? And I'm gonna use my rally maneuver to bolster him a little bit.
I can barely hear you. What is that?
I'll ask if you can press on, and then I'll use my rally ability to heal you.
Oh, sweet. So those are 5 hit points towards me.
Yeah.
I should be able to make it.
quack, quack. I'll run forward.
And then let's
Raunt
go together.
nods towards you. Respect, and we'll follow you down the alley towards danger.
Oh, fantastic.
These two here are yelling inside. Ah, that's why I can't select. It's because I had the... So, yelling inside to a halfling you can see through the windows. He's barricaded himself in. Aye. Come on out and play. To which the halfling responds. The eye of Anu be upon you. Ye shall be judged for your actions, you wicked rapscallions. So, man, these guys are all kinds of speedy today.
Oh.
So, seeing you approach, the two bandits turn, glower. Yellow 2, you be off. This is between us and the halfling. They will then not take any more immediate action, but they have readied actions.
Are there ready actions like they have their...
Yeah, they're ready to smack
Or-
anyone who gets close.
Gotcha.
Same initiative order, or are we re-rolling, or...
I roll new initiative for the baddies whenever they come up, but go ahead and keep your guys' initiative order. And they just use their action to glower at you and ready actions. So that's Elijah's turn.
Alright, in that case, I use Shatter to target the space in between them so I can catch them both in the explosion.
Sounds good.
Alright, here we are.
And neither of them are saving. Damn, that's a lot of damage too. With a titanic clap of thunder, both of them crumble to the ground, bone shattered, and organs liquefied. Pilate steps out, clambers over his barricade, and says, "Ah! Sometimes the judgment of the heavens comes faster than you might expect. Thank you for your assistance, stranger." There's another one what ran into Goldblum's shop just down the way, though. And I think there's a fight on in the market to the south. He points over in this direction towards Goldblum's shop.
Well, that's whose ad we're answering. We should get over there soon.
Let's go.
Thanks for the directions.
Oh, thank you. All halflings have terrible Irish accents, I guess. That wasn't planned,
Get
that's
someone with a mop.
how it's all coming out, so... As you approach the shop, you can hear voices from inside. All right, listen. I can give you 5 gold, but that's my final offer. You can't haggle with me. I'm robbing you. Look, I can't go any lower. I'm going to stab you. So, it would be their turn first, but they're distracted.
I guess I can't see him, so I guess I move up.
So, it is Elisha's turn. Oh, and as you pass by the intersection, you can also see towards the south.
So am I able to see that guy, or?
The bear infantry guy is standing just inside the doorway, so...
I'm at the one at the bottom.
The one at the bottom, yeah, you can also see down south. There is indeed some kind of fracas going on down there. There is at least one archer shooting at things, and there appears to be a general commotion down south surrounding a well.
I think I'll shoot the guy at the south and leave one up top for my party mates.
Sounds good. That is a hit. All right. Beak, your turn.
I'm torn. I kind of want to let Darren go in front, but Darren, do you have something you can use to like attack?
You cut out there. Attack.
If I were to go stand in that doorway and hit this guy, do you have something you could do to like attack my shoulder?
I mean, I could chuck a hand axe.
Perfect. Okay. Whatever. I'm gonna run over here. And I'm going to use my Flurry of Blows power that I haven't used yet.
Sounds good.
So it's a spear, which sucked. And then I get 2 martial arts attacks. And if they hit, he needs to make for each one that hits, he needs to make a dex save.
Alright, let me look up his dex then.
Oh shit, alright.
Those both look like failures.
Yeah, so he's just prone. The DC's 13. And then my damage is... I guess it's max because that's a crit, right?
No, you roll an extra damage die on a crit.
Alright, well, let me find a way to roll a d...
/ roll 1d4 will work. So,
Yeah,
yep.
throw that in there.
So that is, am I reading this right? That it's 7, 13, 16 damage?
That looks right to me.
Okay.
5... No, that sounds wrong. It was 2... The 2d4 hit, 2d4 plus 3 each, gives me 5 and 6 plus 3. So 14.
I mean, either way, you punch this guy and his head explodes.
And I knock him prone.
Yes, you do.
Well, since he goes down like that, I'll strike a pose with a spear and then look around for anyone else.
Goldblum
In that office, outside of
watches
Gold.
the corpse hit the ground, shrugs his shoulders, sure, taking the 5 gold.
Insert Bruce Lee sounds here.
Yeah.
So it's Dern's turn now?
It looks like I see another man to the south.
Yep. You can see ongoing fight down there.
Is my speed like 30? Is that correct?
Yes, 30 feet is the default. As you as you pass by the edge of this inn here, you can see through the door man lying on the ground while one of the bear infantry is kicking at him. After all we've done for you, you holding out on us still? And you still have an action, so...
I'll move into the inn. And I'm kind of just brandishing my weapon as I look at him.
All right.
Do you wish to join your companions in death or surrender?
It will take a full move to charge into the fracas. The bear infantry, having not seen what happened to his companions, will go ahead and take a swipe at Dern. But apparently he's rattled at the idea of what happened to his companions, because he does not hit.
Oh.
Oh, I can use my last action, actually. I have one more. I'll use my repose to attack him.
All right. Wow, well, you repulsed the hell out of him.
I guess I probably just put my weapon into his heart.
So I'm just going to take that first one, since it's a top. So yeah. Yeah, he takes a swipe at you, but you knock his weapon aside and stab him straight between the ribs, through the heart. And you're to blame. You've given love a bad name. All right. Elisha, it is your turn.
All right, I advance and I shoot that bear archer again.
That's a hit for sure. And you melt the skin right off his bones. Beak.
I'm going to embrace the not good catchphrase thing. Try and say something to the effect of like, "We have business later," but it'll hopefully come off poorly. And then I'm going to run this way.
All right, let me go ahead and reveal that for you. That was the wrong tool. There we go.
25. That's a single move. Can I take 2 moves instead of anything else?
Yeah, if you full move, then you can
That's what I'll do.
move more larger amounts of distance.
I'll run over here with Ront,
Sounds good.
like here. That's
Generally speaking, Ron takes a bunch of damage and has to fall back before now. But he's doing very well today.
cool. Yeah, no, he's front lines.
Dern, your turn. Bruin gets to his feet and pulls himself up a chair. Still kind of gasping for breath, but nods thanks in your direction.
I'll nod at him and I'll walk in. what do I see? So like in the south, I just see what is commotion, like all these people.
Yeah, there's a melee.
Is there anything visual about all these? Are they like acrobats?
Are the lunatic acrobats acrobats?
Are they wearing like spandex and doing cartwheels?
Every single one of them wears a mask. Their costumes are generally colorful and spectacular. Not spandex, but yes, there are stripes and polka dots and bright primary colors, and lots of blood.
Okay.
Do I recognize these guys? Would I roll some sort of skill for that, or?
Yeah, you can roll history to try and recognize them. Certainly, Elisha already knows that they are not a common presence in Ramshorn, having already sussed that out, but... Alright. Go ahead and just miss... So, one of the acrobats cuts the throat of one of the bear infantry with a sickle. Another chucks a throwing knife at one of the archers. Barely grazes him, though. The lunatic acrobats are dressed in more drab, plainer clothes, more like you might expect a peasant's street clothes, or maybe a rogue with leather armor. The Red Jester, the White Jester, the Lunatic Magician, and this Harlequin fellow here, they're all significantly more spectacular in their wardrobe. So yes, this jester stabs one of these bandits with his rapier, carves up another with a sickle on his offhand, frees up Harlequin to move forward. Oh! Much better. And he's dodged that. So yes, the Lunatic Court here. The Lunatic Court is a band of vagabonds and madmen They have been wandering around the eastern frontier the past couple of years as things have devolved into total chaos. They have been at times friends and at times enemies to the forces of Vintarian law and order. Their allegiances seem pretty much random, and many people are convinced that they are basically just a bunch of crazy people, with no rhyme or reason at all to their actions. In any case, bad guy's turn now. Am I remembering that right? Alright. And so the melee continues, but there is one guy. This archer turns around and fires a shot at Beak. Hits.
I'm going to jump in with my deflect arrows.
Alright, what does that do?
Reduces the damage by a D6.
That's the D10.
So I think... No, I did this done. I tried to build... But it added an extra random one.
These are all D10 rolls. If you hover over the...
D10.
Is it D10? I thought you said D6.
No, it's D10.
Either way, all three of those completely negate the damage. So you just step in and...
Yep. Slap it down.
Yep. So, it's Elisha's turn then.
Alright, in that case, I guess I hit the same guy I hit earlier.
That is a hit. The guy you hit earlier is dead. So...
Well, whatever the bear archer at the below Beak.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through a couple of allies to hit him.
Alright, then I'll hit the guy on the top right. That's cool.
Let's also... I almost forgot to have Ront kill someone. Right. Man. I put that in wrong, but that's still... Ront is tearing things up this time. Beak, your turn. I can hear the weirdest chatter in the background. Like it sounds like some kind of space alien begging for help.
Yeah, maybe like audio compression or something.
Alright, Dern.
Well, I guess Beak is squawking. I'll move up and attack. So there's a man that's very injured next to me.
Yeah, there's Bear Archer is nearly dead, one square down. And then the one next to Beak is lightly injured.
I'll move between them and attack the one next to Beak.
The Bear Archer gets to swipe at you with his short sword if you do.
He's holding a short sword and a bow? Or...
He's dropped his bow because people have gotten to melee. Like Ront is actively beating his face in right now. So.
I'll take it.
Alright, and it misses. So you're good. You have hit and nearly killed that fella. And Lunatics are probably going to wrap this up pretty quick. The Queen splatters one. Up. That's a miss. Acrobats. What do they have? They have +4. It was all under bear infantry. It should be under the Lunatic Court by now, but I'm still hearing it in the background.
Someone's getting feedback from their speakers into their mic.
All right. The shouting dies away to the gurgles of dying bandits. Half a dozen masked men and women move up to confront you.
I mean, I'll try and say we mean you no harm.
The woman in the lead here steps forward and asks, "Oh, and who might you be?"
I am Dern. We were hired by Goldbloom to protect this town.
There we are. Oh, good. More mercenaries.
If it's only mercenaries that will do good and right wrongs, then I'm a mercenary.
Oh. I don't think you understand how things work around here. There is no good and evil left, only madness.
Another vampire lover, perhaps.
Well, have you seen them? Beautiful forever. What's not to love?
I'll spit on the ground. I mean the living no harm.
I'll pass that along to the Flotless. I'm sure they're terrified. I assume
didn't
that by
realize the circus.
I assume that by the living you do not mean the bandits. Seems you mean harm enough to them.
The ones that had the sense to surrender are still alive.
The sense and the reflexes. What about the camp to the north? Do you have any intentions for them?
To the north?
Yes. There's a large camp to the north, at least 100.
Well, perhaps those are still good spider fighting men.
That wasn't right. I accidentally hit refresh. Give me a minute.
Do we still hear any sounds of battle?
No,
going on,
no.
or-
The sounds of battle have died off. Everything appears fine now. There's no immediate danger. We're on Ramshorn too, so it's going to take a while to load.
Well, while I'm
Gee,
talking, I'm gonna.
This was town. I would have bought some candy floss. Are you selling?
Fresh out. Try again tomorrow.
While I'm gonna take the opportunity to kind of like sit down, maybe on the near the well, and just clean my weapon and rest.
So, Pilate trots down from the north. Is everyone all right? Is there anyone here? What needs any healing? Used up a good portion of my spells for the day, but I'm not completely spent. Raunt is bleeding from several wounds, and Pilate insists on taking a stab at curing them over his protestations. So creepy, Simon. Upon seeing the assortment of masked strangers, Pilate asks, are all of you together then?
Do we know anything about the Lunatic Court? I guess I probably don't know anything.
I mean, they kill a lot of people, but not usually random bystanders. Like they're definitely not outright bandits, but so far as most people can tell, there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to which side they take in any given fight. Or at the very least, they certainly don't consistently side with the Kingdom of Intaria against its enemies.
Well, I continue to rest. I try and take the... Oh, a short rest is like an hour, is that correct? How long does it take?
Ordinarily, by the typical rules, a short rest is 1 hour, and a long rest is 8 hours. This campaign does use a different set of rules for that. A long rest takes a full week, and whenever you take a long rest, basically things will progress. Like, various baddies will get up to stuff and so on. A short rest, however, is only 5 minutes. Short enough for you to, it's basically just long enough for the bad guys for word to get around the bad guys that you're taking a short rest and for them to prepare a response. An hour is kind of excessive.
Okay. Well, I definitely take a short rest.
So yeah. That chattering noise is getting louder.
I think we've lost 2 other people now for the mics or compression or something.
AFK for a moment.
Alright.
After I rested, I'm gonna take stock of the town. I'll walk around and make sure the people that surrendered are, bound up or.
I mean, they basically ran all the way away as soon as you weren't looking.
Okay, yeah, the guys that ran off, then they ran off, and I will begin to pile the bodies into a mound to set on fire. And of course, any looting, I take the opportunity to loot the bodies.
All right, hang on. If you want to go around and count up how many bodies you're looting. But yeah, if you want to count up how many dead bandits you have around to loot, then I can tell you that I can, roll some dice and...
And back.
Okay, so... You find, after going through all of their pockets, you find 340 copper and 219 silver.
And their weapons must be valuable as well, or they can be like trash.
I mean, they've got pretty bog standard maces, leather armor, longbows. The archers all have longbows, which is pretty good.
Yeah, so I definitely, I'll strip them of their armor and their weapons.
And you have to find someone who actually wants to buy that, which...
Well, if nothing else, it could be used for the town armory.
Yes. Who was it who was talking to Harlequin earlier? I forget. Was that Dern? Or Beak? Or maybe Elisha?
I think Elisha and I. Beak's been in character with his bird noises.
Elisha was talking trash a bit, but that was about it.
We had a short conversation about the undead.
Right. You got a longbow and a short sword from every bear archer, and a mace from every bear infantry. Leather armor on all of them.
Sorry, so the infantry had a mace,
Yeah.
and the other guys had a long sword and a bow.
A short sword and a long bow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it's long bow and short sword.
here too. So yes, as you go about looting the corpses, the Lunatic Court loot their own. Those fellas down south.
I am counting the bodies that I see on the map. So, if there's more on the south, but I'm counting the bodies in the square.
There's a couple that are just barely revealed that the court killed on the way in.
Okay, I mean, I'm not grabbing it, I'm just piling it up. And I am piling the bodies up into a mound that I plan to burn. Probably to maybe, not in the town square, but maybe off to the east or something.
As you work, the lunatics are mainly just leaving the bodies lying around after rifling through the pockets for coins. A couple of the acrobats take some of the longbows and arrows, but for the most part, they're leaving the weapons and armor alone. I'm getting back in a bit. And I am back. So, the lunatics at this point are talking amongst themselves about what to do about the Order of the Bear. Brandon is a mad dog. Lunacy without a license is a serious crime. Someone needs to put him down. Anything else anyone want to do? Or,
Well, I want to proceed with lighting the mound on fire. Maybe if one of the town's people want to provide a little bit of accelerant. And I guess we should talk to Old Blum.
Oh, I totally forgot I can use telepathy. That's cool. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot going on right now.
alright. So, I've put Goldblum back over in his shop. That's where he'll hang out.
No, he doesn't want to talk to us while in the light of 20 corpses.
Yeah, he would like to stay as far away from the burning corpses as possible. His nose is still functioning, you see.
I do have Hellish Rebuke, but I don't think it's really the thing for setting a funeral pyre going.
Also, the town of Ramshorn would appreciate it if you set that funeral pyre very far away from inhabited areas.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to smell it.
Well, I'm not going to drag him too far.
I mean, they will haul the corpses themselves if they have to. But
oh yeah, if the whole town gets out there, then great. You know, I'll
yeah, they're going to clean up their own town.
I mostly want to burn them because I don't want them to throw them in their catacombs so that someone dead will rise or whatever.
So yes, Lunatic Court leaves after about half an hour to an hour. Townspeople mostly leave them alone.
I will try and catch the name of the one I spoke with, if I can before.
That would
Was
be
it a woman?
Harlequin.
Well, nice working with you, Harlequin. Until next time.
I'm sure we'll meet again very soon. Just...
Someone's getting a phone call?
Not so far as I can hear, but
Oh, or is that the background music?
that is the background music.
Oh. Your mic seems to be muted, Cross. So what's going on right now?
Well, town has dragged all the corpses away and begun to clean away the debris and the rubble, taking
I
stock
guess
of the
in
damage.
hindsight, I should have tried to recruit some of the clowns to the faith of Great Cthulhu. Yeah, I mean, in a mad world, you may as well get eaten first when he takes over.
But no, if you want to go talk to Goldblum, you can.
Who hired us, or who told us about Goldblum? It was another fellow, right?
Yeah, it would have been one of the merchants he works with.
We've been told quite rightly that this town is in need of saving.
Ah, that it is. I take it you got my ad then.
We were told of it, but what can we do for you?
Well, is that not? That's not looping. Let me fix that. Well, someone needs to deal with the Order of the Bear, or this whole town's gonna die. Goblins, too, although there's not nearly as many of those. And that's not even counting the spiders.
What's this about spiders?
Well, there's rather a lot of them. Much larger than spiders have any right to be.
Like the size of a hand or the size of a dog?
Well, there's the one that's the size of my house.
Oh,
And then there's several that are the size of a dog. A couple the size of a horse.
yeah. So where are these spiders coming from? What sort of direction?
It's all up north. Unfortunately, that's also our main road through to the mainland, leads straight to the bridge.
And that's also where that bandit camp is, right?
Aye, the Order of the Bear.
Well, I guess
Up
that
north
makes
with the
it
rest of
simpler.
them. I suppose the goblins are in more of an easterly direction. Still kind of north, though.
So you got spiders, goblins, the bears, this
Oh
court,
my.
and vampires. Is there anything else?
Well, that sums it up as far as I know.
Well, since we're here, maybe you could tell us a little about the vampires.
The Flatlock Clan. They keep to themselves in the catacomb, and we like it that way. Moved in one day. Half worried they'd burn the whole town down. They don't bother us, though. Just so long as our dead bodies keep turning up in their catacomb. I don't like to think about what they're doing with them.
Any stirrings with them?